Hey, 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 guess what? We tried and tried and tried to get the sound working. I could hear Janice, but she couldn't hear me. And I tested it with several different people, and we both could hear. So I don't know what's wrong, but things happen and you have to respond. So we're going to reschedule Janice's and John's interview for next Monday at 11 o'clock, and we'll figure it out. So today, this is the first event I've had that I had to cancel, and makes me so sad because Janice and John have become good friends of mine. I love them so much, and I apologize that we couldn't get it worked out. Blame Jerry Wald. I can't blame Jerry because he's not involved, and I can't blame Mark because he's not involved, but I tested it. It seems to be working, but it doesn't seem to be working with Janice's phone. So we're going to try again next Monday. So today, I have a few things I want to share with you. Hey, Jerry, you have good friends. They say, blame you, Jerry. So funny. So in retrospect, things happen and you just get, technology is a pain sometimes, and we codependent on it today, and it can be annoying sometimes, but everything is going to work out. And I promise you, we're going to do that interview next Monday, and we're going to get it checked. By the way, Mark, I know how to use my computer. So it's not my computer. It works fine. And I just, well, you can call the Geek Squad if you want to, but it's fine with me. So today, I want to talk about something else. How do you develop and maintain a positive attitude in the face of adversity that comes your way? I believe wholeheartedly you have to have a good feeling about yourself. You have to have a good feeling about yourself. And if you don't have a good feeling about yourself, things like this tend to get you down. If you don't have a really healthy dose of self-confidence and love for yourself, things like this will knock you off center. Things like this will tend to get you off course and get you upset. But I'm not upset. I'm happy. We'll reschedule. But things like this, if you don't have confidence in yourself, if you don't have a healthy self-image, a healthy self-love, things like this can get you upset. Second key, you have to focus on the things you can control, not the things you can't control. If you focus on things you can't control, bring my lessons of the Fence Post book. If you focus on things you can't control, it will get you upset. So you just have to focus on what you can control. Come join me, Mary. So Mary is back in the house. So we tried everything, and she knows it. We called Janice over and over again. It's not Janice's fault. It's my fault. The input was working fine. The output was working fine. We tried with Mary. We ran a test. It was all working. It just something in the system didn't coordinate for us to be doing the broadcast. I don't think it's Be Live. I don't think it's that at all. It's just things that we couldn't control today. So you have to focus on what you can control. So if you think about it, I can control my attitude. I can control my joy. I can control my kindness. I can't say control. So funny. I need to pick another word. I can say control. Control, Mary. So I can control my attitude. Second that. Yes. I can control my kindness.
Yes, second that.
Second that. I can control my love.
Absolutely.
Second that. I can control my...
Oh, come on.
Come on. Say a word.
Any word, but just...
I can control my what?
Your joy.
My sense of humor.
Your sense of humor.
Second that. So we got control. It's a funny word to say. It only has 2 syllables, but it's a lot. Control. Yes, you can. Third that. Boom. Laura, I can't wait to see you, by the way. I'm on my way to New Hampshire. Good. Your ticket is out of there. You better fly down here to see me. So anyway, the third thing you can do every day to control your attitude is be focused on your goals. If you focus on your goals, keep them present tense, use affirmations, and about the goals you want to reach, you can do it. But you're not sideways when you have no goals, when you have no focus, when you have no love of yourself. Things like this today is going to get you upset. I don't want you to be triggered by this. Janice is the best. We'll get this interview done. I was so excited, and I still am. So, Janice wants to join the broadcast. Okay, wait.
You can't say it.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Oh my God. Hey, Janice. Lower your computer. I see the top of your head.
Yes.
See? I was just saying that you can't let this ruin your attitude. I was just boom.
Yeah, maybe.
Boom. If you have
Clap your hands.
and you know a class.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
You froze a little bit there, but I'm back.
Well, I am going to take Mark Garman's. Hi, Mark Garman. Hi. Hey, Janice.
Hi, Paul. We got there.
Man, that was a lot.
Oh,
How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm okay.
Breathe.
Yes.
Breathe. We'll practice breathing. Breathe.
There you go. We did it.
I am so honored to have you on my show. You mean so much to me, and so does John. Hey, John. Hey, buddy, I want to give you a hug, baby. Oh, big hug, big hug. Yes.
There's a cat.
Well, there's a black cat in my picture.
You've got the cat as well. Oh,
That's a cat, John. So let's get right to it. Your flow's a little bit,
yes.
but we'll get through it. If you could tell me pre-stroke story and what was your life before, what was your life after? Tell me about you and John.
We met in 2001 through a mutual friend. So when I met John, I had been ill for 10 weeks with neuralgia.
Wow.
So what I found with him, he was very kind and he cared. So I thought, oh, this is a good guy. Because I was single until I met John, and so was John single. We met in our 40s. So I just thought, what a nice, kind guy. He was really nice. So we didn't really go out on dates, but we went to the cinema as friends. And then John just didn't go home. He just kind of moved his way in.
Oh, that's funny.
So, as I say, we met in 01, we met in the May, we got engaged in the September, and then we got married in 2004. And in between that time, we had a really, we went on holidays, we got married in Las Vegas. So we had a really good time, enjoying life. I was working in the theatre and as a nursery nurse. John had heart attacks before he was 35.
Wow. Did you? So he had heart attack when he was 35?
Heart attacks at 35. He had a bypass. He had open heart surgery. All this before 35. So I knew that when I met John, he had a heart condition.
Yeah.
But we were, we enjoyed life and we carried on.
It didn't stop you from loving John.
No, it didn't. And he tried to put words in my mouth and say, you don't want to...
What guy would do that, Janice?
Yes, that's what you do. So he tried to tell me that I didn't want him, and I fought, and I said, yes, I know what I want, and I want you. I love you.
Oh, so that's so special.
It didn't stop anything, But then later on, he started having trouble with his heart and having a really fast heartbeat. And he had to have a defibrillator put in. And that defibrillator, in June of 2012, I had an accident with my knee. And he came to the hospital, he looked after us, he looked after the house while I wasn't there. But he had a defibrillator in. And I think the stress, maybe, of me having the accident, on top of that, his defibrillator tried to shock him 10 times. And that was, we think, when the blood flow was stopped. It might have caused the clot. So that's when kind of our year changed, 2012.
Can I say something to you?
Yes?
You can't blame yourself.
Well,
No, you can't. You can't blame yourself for him taking care of you. That's what he wanted to do. And if you blame yourself, Janice, I promise you, you have been such a joy to John, and he's such a joy to you.
Yes.
And you can't carry that around because it's not healthy for you.
Yes.
And I have learned to admire you so much and learn to, you say what you think
I do.
You mean what you say, and you funny is all hell, by the way. I love to listen to you. So tell me about the day that stroke happened
Yeah.
and how your life has changed. Bring me what was the first 30 days like
Right.
after their stroke?
Because I was in a wheelchair myself, he was having lots of panic attacks at night time, and I was sending him to the hospital, but they were just looking at the heart, nothing else, and they said he was having migraines.
Mm.
So after about the third time, they sent him home. They said his heart was fine. It was just migraines. So yes,
Really?
and frozen shoulder. We got told it could have been a frozen shoulder. Everything but a
Are you
stroke.
kidding? Are you
I'm
kidding?
not kidding. This is what we listen to. And I sent him off to the hospital and kept getting him back. So on the night of it happening, he did have a terrible headache. He wasn't very well at all. I thought it was just a migraine because that's what I'd been told. So I asked him just to sleep it off. But then I heard terrible noises through the
Can I ask you? Can I interrupt you a second?
yeah.
So many things. You look at Alex.
Yeah.
She was accused of being drunk.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
so much things happen that involve hospitals that's just so tragic.
Yeah. They just go for what is the obvious, and they don't look outside the box.
Mm.
His heart doctor missed it. She even missed the stroke,
Wow.
and he went for a checkup, and he couldn't walk, and she missed it completely. So I can't believe how many of the medical profession miss the stroke. I just can't believe it. Education, and you're doing a great job of educating. A great job, Paul.
Thank you.
Um,
You know, for me, I just want people to be aware
yes.
that, when I had a headache so bad,
Yeah.
I never get headaches.
Yeah.
And I called, I said, there's any reason I should be concerned about my headache. That was Saturday night, called my doctor.
Yeah.
He said, oh, just you traveled jet lag. So I went to sleep and woke up 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
1 hour later, I had my stroke.
Yeah. That.
And crazy.
Yeah. That's the same time John had his.
Really?
I go to sleep, and then I woke up about 4:30 to some terrible noises, and I just thought he was having another panic attack. But when I put the light on fully and could see him, I knew straight away he'd had a stroke. So even I missed it, because when he wasn't well, I kept saying to him, "You're walking like you've had a stroke." But
Really?
I did, and I didn't think that it was a stroke. So even I missed it, So when I woke up, I saw that he had a stroke. I could tell by his face. And I did the fast face, arms, speech type during an ambulance. I did all that.
Wow. By the way, a lot of people love you. Yvonne says, I love you so much, Pinky. Michelle Reese says, I love you.
I love all of you. You're my family.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh.
I'm really glad we got all this. I was buying time.
I was waiting for a song.
You have to, when you're in a little bit of show business, you have to buy a little time, So tell me
We got him
about.
off to the hospital. I rang his father because still then I was in a wheelchair. So his father helped me. I got down the stairs on my bum. I managed to get down the stairs
On my bum.
on my bum. And we got to the hospital. And because John could move his left hand, they were just still saying it wasn't a stroke. So I made them give him a scan, but by the time he got his scan, it was too late. Those hours had gone.
Yep.
You've got to do it in such a short time.
3 hours. Yep.
Yeah, those hours had gone, so he was too late for the clot buster. And it's a shame because I think if you get more people within that time, it's not so much disability,
Yeah.
more hope, and
Janice.
it's if you get it in within the short time. But it was too late for John.
You know what happened to me, Janice? I went to the hospital only a half a block from my place. The only one that wasn't there was my brother.
Yeah.
And he was around. So he went to the hospital and reported that I haven't been up. So they couldn't ascertain that I had been up. I've been had my coffee, visited with
Yeah.
my mom. They could have given me that shot instantly, but they didn't.
No, I think it's terrible that you're not listened to either. They don't listen, and that is hard going.
Exactly.
You have to
So
fight all.
what was the
Sorry,
what was the after effect?
John. When John went to the hospital, it was a Saturday, and he could use his left hand. He waved goodbye. He couldn't speak, so I think he was affected on both sides of his brain because he couldn't speak at first. But when I went back on the Monday, he had a huge stroke on Monday morning. When I went in, he was completely different. He couldn't move his left side at all. Couldn't talk. He didn't know who I was. He couldn't remember me. And he was in that hospital for about 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
And his memory came back slowly, but he still couldn't move left side at all.
No.
And the doctor said at the end of the 2.5 weeks, you need to now provide 24-hour nurse and care, find a home for him. And I said, but you haven't given him a chance.
Wow.
Got to give him a chance. I want him in the next rehab unit, the next spare bed. I did. I fought for him. And
You have to
he
fight.
argued.
You have
to fight. So I argued that, and the next day there was a bed available in the rehab unit in Newcastle, and he got that bed. So I got him into the rehab unit.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Good for you.
Ever put him in a home ever. So
You didn't consider it at all.
No, that was never going to happen. So I wanted my husband back.
I couldn't expect you to look after
And
yourself.
I wanted the best for him. I wanted him to be given a chance. So I got him into the rehab unit. But John has colitis, which causes a lot of diarrhea. And because he had diarrhea in the unit, they thought he had various viruses. So they didn't start the exercises and the rehab for quite a few weeks because they wouldn't let him out of his room. So I had to get all the information from another hospital and give them that information and tell them to get some tests done to show that it was just stress-related diarrhea. It wasn't a virus. So I eventually got all that done, and they did let him then go to the gym. And the physio worked really hard with him. He didn't like it there. He didn't like it, but he put up with it. They were very good with him.
Leslie Hadley said, Janice, you're a great advocate. Love to you.
Oh, thank you, Leslie. I love Leslie, yeah. Excuse me. So eventually, he was in there from the end of August until the beginning of December. I went every day to see him. Bearing in mind, I was started off in a wheelchair, so I was going for my physio and then going to see John and then coming back in the evenings and resting my leg.
You had a little bit on your hands, right?
I did.
A lot.
I look back now and you think, how did I do all this?
I don't know because I know your story. I wanted to say hi to Salute. She had to take care of Tom.
Yeah.
Something was wrong or something. So take care, Salute. And we're praying for you and praying
I
for
love
Tom.
Salute.
So,
Tom has really helped.
what's not to love?
Yeah. Oh, she's
What's not to love?
fabulous. And John and Tom have done a few FaceTimes together. And just seeing their faces light up is lovely.
That's so amazing.
They've really connected, John and Tom.
What do you think about Jerry Wall in his high heels?
Jerry. I think Jerry should be on the stage.
Oh yeah,
with his high heels.
Exactly.
Yes.
I can't wait to see that.
Do you know what I think he could do? There's a musical called Kinky Boots.
Exactly.
Yes.
He could start in Kinky Boots.
He could. His high heel boots. Oh, I love Jerry.
You're so funny, Janice. I love that show. My daughter took me to see that show in New York, and we loved it.
Yeah, it's so uplifting.
It is.
So you come out and you just can't be sad. It's so uplifting.
Exactly.
So have you got some red boots?
No, I don't have any red boots, but I could break in Jerry's closet. I'm sure I can find many high heels,
There'll be some there.
So tell me about the effect it had on you. Because, listen, the caretaker, I watched my mom take care of my dad.
Yeah.
To her own detriment.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't stop.
No.
She loved my dad so much.
Yeah.
And she took
You wouldn't stop either, would you?
He's true.
care of him. And were you taking care of yourself?
Yeah. It's when you're a carer, you always come second. Always. So I mean, when the stroke happened, I was living a nightmare. It was a nightmare. And you would wake up every morning and think, that wasn't a nightmare, it's true. But you've got to be strong. So strong. So I wanted to get myself well for John, because I knew John would need me. So you give your life for the one you love. At first, it was when I brought John home, because I had to go to the rehab unit for 2 weeks, all day, every day, and prove that I could look after John. They wouldn't let me bring him home until I proved I could look after him. Because I wanted him home before he was due. I wanted him home for Christmas in our new home. Because while John was in the rehab, I moved house. John didn't go back to his old house. He had to come to a new bungalow. Wow. So I moved house while John was in there, and I wanted him back for Christmas. So they said I would have to go in and prove that I could get him out of bed.
You have to prove you can, yeah.
Yes, I had to prove it because they wouldn't let him come home. So I did that for 2 weeks. But I did work when I was younger in a special needs school. And I just used a lot of the information I got from there, the OT, the physio, working with wheelchairs. I'd used all of that, but on a larger scale. So it wasn't so much as a shock because I'd already worked with disabled children. So it's just on a larger scale. Yeah. So when John came home, your life now revolves around the stroke survivor. You want to do the best for him. So my life is really, I'm living for me, but I'm working for John. I work for John. I try and get John to do exercises every day. I get up every morning and I'm positive. As soon as I wake up, I'm positive. and I keep it that way. I wake John up with some songs. It's Christmas at the moment, so
Really?
John up
Yeah.
with
You know,
music.
this is what I wanted to do in this interview
Yeah.
was reach out and touch. I wanted you to share what I know is a good heart,
Yeah.
good kindness. So tell me about
Thank you very much, Brendan. No problem.
waking up with a song.
Sorry, Paul, you froze up there and I didn't hear that question.
I said, tell me about that waking up with a song.
We've got Alexa. Just come on. I've just turned her on. Just Alexa, stop. And I always put music on. I get up first. I always have an hour to myself.
Good, good.
Cup of coffee, have an hour just to wake up, and then I go through to get John. I wake him up with music. I always put musicals on or Christmas music at the moment.
Yep.
So have a bit sing while I'm getting him dressed. John can't really do a lot for himself. I've got to get him dressed, wash him, and get him dressed. He can wash his own face and whatever, but body, I always wash his body, get him dressed, and then we come through to the living room. So then he likes the TV. He puts that on, and I do the breakfast. And then after breakfast, I do try and get John to do exercises. We rewatch Salute and Tom, and we do
Yeah.
a bit of stretching and do all of that.
Good.
I make sure if he is watching the TV that there's a quiz on. So John does a lot of quizzes on the TV.
Yes. It's helped
You
him.
in as well. That helps him. He does a lot of quizzes, and he's very bright. He knows a lot.
Yeah.
So I need to keep that brain going as well. And then in the afternoon, probably both of us will have a little nap. So when I wake up again, or if I'm up and about, I do housework or whatever, but I always make sure John's got something on the go. I make him write lists. So we do use your work quite a lot. So I
Thank
get
you
him.
very
We in your book. I'm going through your book and doing the
sweet.
homework.
Thank
I'm doing the homework out of it, and we get him.
Wow.
I get him to write lists. What he's grateful for. Every day he's got to write what he's grateful for. I get him to write down what makes him happy. I also get him to write down what makes him sad.
You're gonna make me cry because I am really touched by you and touched by John. I just so many you have a way about you, Janice, and I just want to express how much I love you and John.
Thank you. We love you. We too. We're blessed that you came into our lives, really, because you're so positive.
Thank you.
And this is like a family that we've found.
I'm telling you, it is.
Yeah.
We've
beautiful
spread
family.
it, yes,
Yeah.
all over the world, you know.
Yeah. So we've made the world a lot smaller.
We
Together.
have.
Yeah.
So does John write very well?
Not very well. At one time he just wrote one long sentence.
Yeah.
But I've learned him to break that up now into words, and he can. Well, you say, John, can you write? Do you enjoy writing?
Hey, John.
Read me writing.
You can't. He said he can't read his own writing, but you try, don't you?
Hey, John, how are you doing?
John?
Hey, John, how are you doing?
Okay at the moment.
Good.
Yeah, it's okay.
Good to see you. Big hug. You know.
I see you've got the cat again. The cat never leaves John's side. The cat never leaves John's side.
Never is here.
John's just said that talking to you today has made it a good day.
Thank
Oh.
you, John. Thank you.
You could make me cry.
No problem.
I know. Well, we're going to have a cry fest. We're crying out loud with enthusiasm.
Yes. Tears of joy.
Tears of joy. So, what was your aha moment when John had his stroke? You had to be some defining moment that it just hit you. This is going to be your life, and you need to make the best of it. What was that aha moment for you?
That was he'd been home about 6 weeks, and I just thought, this is it. He can improve. We'll have to work on that, but this is our new life now, and let the old life go. I don't dwell on the old life. I miss it, and I miss our holidays and just the freedom.
Holidays abroad.
But I let it go. You can't dwell. And I just thought,
You know what?
after 6 weeks at home, getting used to everything, once all the professionals left us alone,
Yeah.
get on with it.
Tell me about that. Once all the professionals left you alone.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Because they come in, they tell you how to live. They have never done it.
Sorry.
I know.
Sorry.
They've got no idea, and they're telling you how to live. So I listened to them, and then I completely ignored them. Did what I needed.
Go ahead, Janice. Go ahead.
I was told not to get the decking outside, but I wanted John to be able to go outside to get fresh air. They were going to put a ramp in, which would have taken up the whole garden. And I said, no, I don't want that. So I got the decking. John can go out there in the summer and sit in the sun when we get sun. They told me not to get a riser bed for him and not to get a riser chair. But I thought, if I don't, I'm going to do my back in. So I got those for me more than John. And he doesn't use them. I use them to help me, not John. They just, everything I wanted to do, they just said no.
Wow.
Just, it's
so easy. It's so easy for people to give others people advice. They don't have to live that. They don't have to experience that. They just have to say that.
They're following.
It's two different things.
Yes. They're just following the rules, and they give everybody the same advice. Every stroke's different, but they give everybody the same advice.
Yes.
They're just going through a file and numbers. So the social workers, I've been through quite a few of those as well. Because at one time I said, you're sitting there in your little office with your little computer telling me how to live. Come and live with us for a week and then come back and tell me what to do.
Exactly. Leslie said, Janice, you are so right. They have no idea at all.
None at all.
And Leslie is one of my favorite people I've met. I can't wait to give her a proper hug. I'm going to see her someday, and I'm going to hug the skin off of her. And Yvonne said, Yvonne, you're coming to Greece. Can I go?
Yes, we'll all go. This is our 2-year plan. I very rarely make plans, but this is our 2-year plan that we will be going to Greece to see Yvonne. Yes. So we're building up to that.
Yes.
Well, can you pack me in your suitcase?
Yes, you can come with me, Paul. We'll all meet up at Yvonne's and have a party. Because
it will be quite the party.
Yeah. We have got that goal. That is our goal. So not next
That's
year,
good.
because we need to recover from this year, really.
I know.
All the holidays we've had booked for this year is now for next year. But the year after, we will be going to see Val in Greece. And John is really excited about that. Because I did, when I got rid of all the professionals and started to live, I thought, right, well, life is not going to be sitting in old four walls. We're going to get out and about. We went out nearly every day. I go shopping with John. I'll take him out. We'll go for a walk most days. We live in a lovely area. There's a marina. There's a marina there. There's lovely parks. We'll go out. We'll have a walk. We go everywhere. I won't let anything stop. I go on public transport with John. Because
You do?
So my one little regret is that I never learned to drive. Because it would have made
I, I drive, but I don't drive.
Well,
Be careful. Fasten your seat.
John used to drive very fast.
I do
He was
too.
a fast driver.
Before and after my stroke.
Both. Clear the
So-
road. So
Tell me
we
something.
live as best we can. I won't let us just sit on our laurels. You know, we every day, even if we're not going out, we do something.
It's lockdown.
So we have been in lockdown, and we're still in lockdown here.
Yeah.
So we have been in the house quite a lot this year because of my illnesses. I've had to stay in. So hopefully that'll all change next year and we'll get back to normal.
I hope so. Can I ask you a question? How is John's speech?
John's speech is that recovered quite quickly.
Good.
So I always had communication. When he gets tired, he slurs his words a lot. When he's slurring, I know he's tired and he's had enough that day. But on the whole, his speech is fine.
Good.
He only had, I would say, the first couple of weeks in the rehab, the speech therapist got talking to him, and she got his speech back quite quickly. So I think that part of his brain was more like a TIA, like a smaller stroke. So he did that. It was his memory, his short-term memory that's been affected, and his writing and reading. He doesn't read. He just hasn't got the communication, and he says the words kind of float around.
Well, take great stock in this. I struggle with my reading too.
Yeah.
I do. And I used to read so many books. I would get on a plane, speed read a book in 4 hours, you know, but it's not that way
No.
anymore. But I've learned I am getting more out of the book
Oh, he's frozen.
slowly than I did ever before. You have to have really good attitude, good mindset. So how, Janice, I want to ask you this. You don't have to share, but I hope
Sure.
you'll. Did you ever get depressed?
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
At the beginning, when John had his first stroke.
Oh, look. Oh, I love John. Oh, wow.
When he had his stroke, because that also damaged my leg. I mean, I had quite a bad injury on my.
Oh, lost. Well, hopefully Janice can rejoin me. We're having a little trouble with bandwidth on her end, and it was freezing, but hopefully she'll come back in. We'll give it a few moments. Hey, Jana, and let me say hi to everybody. A lot of comments. So, Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Janine. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Yvonne. Hey, Susan. Carolyn. Man, a lot. Hey, Brad. Hey, Josh. Hey, Leslie. So many people join in. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Susan. Hey, Deborah. So I appreciate you tuning in. I hopefully Janice can rejoin. I don't know if she realizes she's out, but she could be talking all the way. I don't know. But Janice and John, what an amazing story. So amazing. The love she has for him, the love he has for her. So good, so good. And just if you think about it, the depth of that love, and Janice is displayed to John, is, oh, she's back. Hey,
Back. I don't know what happened there.
that's okay. I was biding time. Just let me show you something. I was so upset about you not being able to get online. I went to the counter, opened my calendar, but
You
hey, you froze?
there. Yeah.
I busted my lip opening the counter.
Oh no. Ah.
I did.
Oh no.
I need makeup. You know, it takes a lot of, I have a face made for radio,
No, you're gorgeous. You're a silver
Oh,
fox.
you're so funny. Huh?
You have a look of George Clooney about you.
Oh, well, you're stretching it a little bit, by the way. So tell me about, I saw John reach over, pat your back,
Yes.
and he loves you so much, and I can tell it. So when you were depressed, how did you deal with that?
I am on a very small amount of medication just to get me over the week, really. And when I saw the doctor, I said I wasn't depressed, but I just needed something to stop me killing John. That's what I said to her. So just to help me cope. The depression, I just worked through it. I just had it's acceptance of the new life. You can either
Well, she's gone again. Wow. Just when we got to the good part, I hope she'll rejoin us again. When you think about the stroke community, you think about aphasia, you think about anybody that had a TBI. We go through a lot. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. It's okay to not be okay sometimes, but it's not okay to stay there. You have to really and truly talk to somebody. And if you're depressed, reach out to a friend, reach out to a therapist. It's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay to stay there. So, yay! I think we got you back. Hold on. Yay! So,
I think
finish
these might
that story.
disappear again. I don't know what's happening here, but it's going to go again probably.
I don't know.
But it's not good to stay there.
And you know what? Exactly.
It's not good to stay
So,
there. I'll use your struggle bus. You can get on the struggle bus, but it's not going to take you anywhere. Get off that struggle
exactly.
bus. Yeah, so I'm very good at the end of the day, I put everything behind me. I say it out loud. And then I get up each day with it's a new day, a new start. So the depression, I'm not normally a depressed person. It does hit you hard. But once you accept what your life is going to be, once you accept it,
Shouldn't be that.
and then you can move forward. Move forward.
I should
You know, Janice, to accept what your life has to be is starting forward to the new life you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. You've got to move.
And you have to, exactly.
That's the only way I've got through it. The only way.
Jerry says, Yvonne, Jerry wears makeup. Jerry Wald, cracking me up, Yvonne.
I think Jerry might
Jerry
be
wears makeup and
Yeah.
high heels.
drag queen comes to mind.
Oh. Kinky boots, kinky boots.
What Jerry does it in his own bedroom is his own choice. I'm not going to judge.
Oh my God, Janice, you're cracking me up. So, one other thing, how much has happy hour meant to you?
That means the world. That hour once a week is my time to chill,
Is happy.
to talk to my family, have a laugh. And you know I'm very honest. I have a laugh.
I know. I love it.
It's my hour to be with my friends and family. And I love that. That was the most amazing thing to start.
You know, when I started it and I asked Jerry and Salute to join me, we didn't have a clue what we're going to do. I wanted to have fun.
Yeah.
I wanted to give a safe place to have fun. And we don't have to be depressed all the time. We can have happy hour, laugh and dance and sing, and so good. So I
love that time. So on the week that the carer didn't.
Hey, Deborah is giving you some advice, Jerry. Red lipstick. Jerry says, so sad.
Poor Jerry.
Poor Jerry.
Poor Jerry.
So tell me what's next, Janice.
Next, we hope all of this virus will be gone. So we can all move on with life. We need to get back to normal.
We need to
lose the masks because
yes, sir.
Yes.
I don't want to be muzzled anymore.
No. You need to see smiles.
Exactly.
You need to stop ignoring people as you walk down the street, because I'll smile and talk to anybody. And, you know, I'm really missing that interaction. So everybody needs to behave, do as they're told, and we should get out of it. And then John and I have got a trip to Scotland booked for May. So hopefully we'll get there.
Good.
We get up there with this amazing company, Limitless Travel. They are specifically for disabled people. And hopefully they're very good. They're very good. And hopefully we'll get back to the theatre. Because I'm missing my friends from the theatre too.
Do you like plays? I love plays. I saw Rent 53 times for the original cast in London.
In London.
Yeah, I was living in London at the time, and I loved it. And I could get anywhere. You know, I hop a train to Paris, and you know, I could get anywhere. I just love the country.
I love. I lived in London, and I love London. It was when I lived there. It was the 80s, so you had all the punks with the hair and the colours, and it was amazing. I was,
You know, I was there for 5 years off and on
yeah,
during the time Princess Diana died.
yes,
It was so sad, and the whole world loved her.
yeah. It was very sad. There's a lot of stories about that, but
I'm sure.
nobody knows, the truth.
Nobody knows for sure. So tell me, how do you see John's progress right
So,
now?
John is working. It's his left arm. We're trying to get the left arm opened up, so he's doing a lot of stretching with that, and the standing. He needs to practice standing, so we're getting him on his feet.
Well, when she comes back, we had a rough show, but we're getting through it. And I really appreciate Janice's way of expressing herself. I really have immense admiration for her, immense love for John and Janice, immense love that we've built this community. And Jerry has been so much a part of my life. Salute has as well. Leslie has as well. Alex has as well. Michelle Clements, Casey, on and on and on and on. I just really am glad to play a small part in spreading the good word. So hey, Janice, I don't know. So I'm going to let
About
you,
5 minutes at a time, and it's going off.
I'm going to let you say your final words, and we're going to do this again.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, you have a way of expressing yourself that's so heartfelt. So say you've been through a lot. John's been through a lot. You have a lot of keen insight. So tell me what you could tell the people listening. If you have a stroke or you're a caregiver, what would be your advice
I would
in closing?
Yeah, just always listen to your heart. Your heart will take you to the right place. Don't fight with your head. With the professionals, listen to them, and then you do what your heart tells you to. Because they
So
do.
good.
Yeah, just do what your heart tells you to, and which is best for the person you're caring for. And
Well,
the person you're caring for, the best piece of advice I got was, whatever they say to you, don't take it personally. They're frustrated, they get angry, but don't take it personally.
exactly.
You are the person closest to them, and you're the one that's going to take it all. But if you don't take it personally, it won't hurt, and you can start again. That was the best piece of advice I was given. So,
Well, Janet, can you focus on John so I can say goodbye to John? Hey, John, I want to say a kind word to you. I love you, buddy. And
Love you as well.
you mean the world to
I
me.
love you.
And I'm proud of you a lot. And I'll get to see you someday. We'll sit down and have a beer together.
in Greece.
Greece.
He's saying in Greece.
In Greece. So, Janice,
Yeah.
I dearly love you, and I really appreciate you more than you know.
Thank you.
And I think about you all the time because I know this pandemic is hard. I know that the person who didn't show up was hard. So
I don't often get.
That's okay. But keep pushing on.
Yes.
Keep
Yeah.
striving
You've got to keep
forward.
forward. Never ever go back. Always forward. And always make
Exactly.
every day, thank your blessings, and make every day a positive day. So turn
Exactly.
every negative into a positive. That's how we live.
Profound words of wisdom from Janice.
And John
I'm
said,
hesitating.
never retreat, never surrender.
Never retreat, never surrender. Is that Churchill? Churchill said that? Never retreat, never surrender?
I think he's just.
Was that Churchill? So I'm going to say goodbye. We having a little bandwidth issue from Janice's end, but it's okay. Have a nice day. Be blessed. And as I'll always tell you, you are someone special because you are. Be great. You were destined to be great. God doesn't sponsor any flops. May the speech be with you. And as I end this show on I Have Something to Say, hope is on the way. Look for it, relish in its opportunity that it provides you, and never, ever look down for your answers. Look up, trust God. God's delays are not God's denials. He has the unique sense of timing. So, hey, Janice, hold on. Hold on. I'll get you on stream. Turn your camera. Okay. Say goodbye to everyone.
I'm going to say goodbye, and then we'll be putting salute on.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Paul. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Oh, all blessings is mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye for now. Bye.